At 3:33 a.m. on May 21st, Archangel Michael whispered, "Their lies are crumbling. Stay quiet, and watch what happens." In the stillness of the night, when the veil is thinnest and the world sleeps unaware, a whisper split through the silence. At exactly 3:33 a.m. on May 21st, a divine timestamp, encoded with heavenly alignment, Archangel Michael released a message not meant for the masses, but for the few, the tuned, the chosen. This was not a whisper of comfort, but a divine alarm bell sounding from the realms unseen. A holy utterance carried on sacred frequencies, reaching only those whose spirits had been stirred by strange dreams, unexplainable tension, or a deep knowing that something hidden is now unraveling. This is not a general word. It is a targeted revelation, a spiritual heads-up, a sacred announcement made in the quiet, intended for the quiet. At this precise hour, when the hands of the clock pointed to a triple confirmation, 3:33, heaven aligned with earth in an orchestrated convergence. That number, a coded seal of divine presence, symbolized the Holy Trinity echoing through dimensions. It was then that Archangel Michael, the defender of divine truth, descended not with the sound of thunder, but with a whisper that carried the weight of warning, wrapped in grace. Heaven is not silent. Heaven is strategic. And in that moment, it declared, "Their lies are crumbling, not loudly, not openly, but silently, stealthily, sovereignly. The structures built on deceit, the systems fed by manipulation, and the faces painted in pretense, all of it is beginning to crack, not with an explosion, but with a silent splintering only discernible to those watching with spiritual eyes. This is a season where the most powerful revelations will not scream, they will whisper. They will move in shadows, and only those who are listening will perceive it. There is no invitation to expose, no instruction to react. Just one call: be quiet. Because only in the silence will you hear. Only in the stillness will you see. The louder you get, the more you'll miss. This is a holy hush, a divine requirement. Because the lies are not being confronted by you. They are being judged by heaven. This is not for the easily distracted, not for the emotionally reactive. This is for the tuned, for those who have sensed a divine disturbance, a quiet pull, a nudge to step back and observe. You have not been abandoned. You are being summoned into the sacred quiet, where revelation unfolds and justice begins. Type "I receive this whisper" in the comments if this word resonates with your spirit. Blessing code 333 is now activated in your atmosphere. The heavens do not tremble without reason. The hour of 3:33 a.m. was not a passing moment on a mundane clock. It was a divine interruption, a sacred incision in time. It was at that precise moment, when the air itself stood still, that Archangel Michael emerged from the chamber of divine counsel, bearing a message not thundered but whispered. And if you are hearing this now, it is because your spirit was attuned to the frequency of that whisper. You are not ordinary. You are chosen. Chosen not for convenience but for clarity. The whisper was not a warning for the curious. It was a call to the consecrated. In the dark, as the world turned unaware, the veil was drawn back just slightly, just enough for heaven to speak. "Stay quiet," the whisper said. "Watch what happens. Because something has shifted, and dimension has opened. The unraveling has begun. This is not coincidence. This is convergence. The old structures, the false alliances, the smiling saboteurs, the cloaked oppressors, they are being exposed from within. Their foundations are fracturing, and heaven has issued the decree. The truth shall stand, the lies shall fall, but not with a war cry, not with the swing of a sword. No, the crumbling will occur in silence, because God does not need volume to vindicate his own. You are being called into divine discretion. You are being called into sacred stillness. It is in the stillness that everything breaks open. It is in the quiet that truth walks free. While others clamor, argue, post, and plot, you are being summoned to be still. Why? Because the enemy doesn't fear your reaction. He fears your restraint. He fears your silence, because your silence proves your faith. Your silence is not submission. It is sovereignty. This message is rare. It is not for the restless, not for the easily offended, not for the ones seeking vengeance in their own strength. This message is for those who have already felt it. That internal knowing, that strange discomfort, that unspoken revelation that something unseen has cracked open. And if you have felt it, Archangel Michael confirms it now. You were not imagining it. You were hearing the whisper. You were hearing heaven. And heaven is speaking still. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $10. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am chosen in the comments if you receive this message. Lesson code 444 is now surrounding you. Here is a storm that does not howl, a betrayal that does not bleed visibly, a dissection that walks in daylight but hides in language. You felt it, haven't you? That cold touch behind warm smiles, that eerie chill when certain names are spoken, that unshakable sense that not everything and not everyone is as they claim to be. This is the emotional disruption that precedes divine revelation. Whispers have gone out. Half-truths have been seeded. There are those who speak of you but do not speak for you. They mimic concern while crafting collapse. They hug you while holding daggers behind their backs. And while your heart wants to believe the best, your spirit has been alert, wakened to the manipulation that dances in plain sight. They're smiling in your face, but watching for your fall. And this isn't paranoia. It's perception. Heaven has increased your spiritual discernment because what's happening around you isn't logical. It's spiritual. People are sensing the shift, even if they can't name it. They are acting strangely, avoiding you, overcompensating, gossiping, stirring confusion. Why? Because their spirits are unsettled by your silence. Your peace convicts them. Your restraint exposes their chaos. You've noticed the energy change in rooms you once felt comfortable in. You've heard the hesitation in voices that once cheered you. That isn't imagination. That is spiritual disruption. Your presence now carries weight, because your purpose is rising in visibility. The enemy has whispered to them, too, not with divine truth, but with jealousy, with suspicion, with resentment. You've become a mirror, and not everyone likes what they see reflected. But listen now, and listen well. This unrest in your soul is not the signal to act, it's the signal to observe. Because they know something's coming, but not what. They feel the tension but misread its source. They attribute it to your distance, your silence, your refusal to engage. What they don't know is that your silence isn't from fear, it's from foresight. Archangel Michael declares, you are being emotionally insulated, spiritually distanced, and divinely protected. You are not to fight in this season. You are to watch. For even now, The Lord is disrupting alliances built on lies and exposing hearts that claimed love but sowed sabotage. The masks are slipping. The facades are faltering. Stay quiet. Stay in the Spirit. Because in your stillness, heaven is turning the tables. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I am anointed" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 1516 is now activated. This war is not of the flesh. This betrayal is not personal. It feels personal. Oh yes, it cuts like it is. The silence of those you trusted. The words of those who knew your wounds and still chose to wound you deeper. The distance. The double speak. The unspoken shade. It has bruised your heart. It has rattled your trust. But Archangel Michael speaks now with authority. Do not confuse the vessel with the warfare. This is spiritual. The attack you are under is not because you did something wrong. It is because you carry something right. You bear a spiritual signature that threatens darkness. You carry an assignment that rattles strongholds. You are wrapped in an anointing that makes hidden spirits tremble. They sense what you are becoming, and they seek to confuse you before you emerge. This conflict is a divine test disguised in relational chaos. The enemy cannot read your future, but he can smell the shift. He can sense that your elevation is near, so he sends distractions in the form of disappointment. But here's the truth that must anchor your soul. Not everyone who leaves you is your enemy, and not everyone who stays is your friend. There is a holy refinement taking place. Heaven is shaking what cannot remain. You are not losing relationships, you are shedding camouflage. You are not becoming isolated, you are being separated. You are not being abandoned, you are being aligned. Your silence is not failure, it is favor. Be still. That's the instruction from the heavenly realm. Be still and know. Be still and trust. Be still and let them reveal themselves. Every silence you maintain is a sword unsheathed in the Spirit. Every time you choose not to clap back, not to explain, not to defend, you are declaring your allegiance to the Most High. You are saying with your restraint, I believe God sees me. I believe heaven fights for me. The enemy fears that. He fears your stillness more than your words. He fears your worship more than your wrath. Because in silence, you are untouchable. In silence, you are surrounded. In silence, your soul is a fortress. Do not engage with the bait of offense. Do not descend to their frequency. Archangel Michael affirms, you are above it now. And those who once felt close to you will now feel the absence of your energy, the absence of your access. That is divine. That is ordained. That is warfare by elevation. Let your silence scream of sovereignty. Let your stillness shout of spiritual maturity. Every restraint is obedience. Every moment you hold your tongue is a moment heaven writes your name on scrolls of favor. You are not overlooked. You are being observed by heaven. You are being refined. You are being recalibrated. You are being revealed. Type I am silent on purpose in the comments if this speaks to your season. Blessing code 818 is activating clarity and protection around you now. Mark these words carefully. Within the next 72 hours, something will break open. This is not metaphor. This is movement. A divine trigger has already been pulled in the spirit realm. and the ripples are about to crash into the natural. You may not see it coming, but you will feel it. A phone call, a vindication, a slip-up, a digital footprint accidentally revealed, a truth spoken in anger that was never meant to surface. And you must say nothing. Archangel Michael urges you, let it unfold. This is not your doing. This is heaven's orchestration. What was built in lies will now implode under the weight of its own deception. The rooms where you were discussed behind your back, light is entering those rooms. The alliance is formed to delay your destiny. Division is creeping in silently. The false stories spread to distort your character. The narrative is about to reverse. This is your season of silent vindication. But do not mistake silence for stagnation. Heaven is loud behind the scenes. Angelic forces are not waiting for your retaliation. They are waiting for your restraint. And your restraint is what gives them jurisdiction to act. In the days ahead, the atmosphere will grow tense. You may sense confrontation looming. People will grow nervous. The very ones who plotted against you may suddenly reach out. Don't take the bait. Stay silent. Watch it. Let their fear testify. Let their guilt speak. Your response is unnecessary, because the truth does not need a witness when heaven has already recorded it. There will be signs in the natural realm. Dreams that disturb you. Animals that act strangely. A sudden shift in weather. Sudden fatigue or surges of energy. These are not coincidences. These are atmospheric confirmations. You are moving through a divine breach. Michael whispers again, don't explain. Don't defend. Don't descend. Because silence now is power later. Your obedience in this silent season is writing your victory in permanent ink. The kind of reversal that's coming cannot be undone by man, but it can be delayed by unnecessary noise. The enemy is desperate. He will provoke. He will poke. He will agitate through people, posts, and petty moments. But you must stay hidden in silence. Hidden in him. Because in just a few hours, the curtain will lift. And when it does, heaven wants you standing, not scrambling. You will know it when it hits. You'll feel the shift in your chest, the pressure lifting, the clarity rising. It will feel like air returning to lungs long held in grief. That's how you'll know. The truth has emerged. The plot has unraveled. The light has cracked through. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $50. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type "I will watch" silently in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 5252 is now commanding breakthrough on your behalf. This is the instruction. Withdraw. Not in fear, but in faith. Not in weakness, but in wisdom. You are being called back into the fortress of stillness, where heaven shields and rewrites stories. The divine strategy is not to fight. It is to fast from reaction. Withdraw emotionally. Withdraw verbally. You are not being dismissed. You are being cloaked. Archangel Michael, God's warring messenger and defender of destiny, speaks clearly now. Do not engage. Heaven is already engaged on your behalf. This is not the hour of confrontation. This is the hour of consecration. The more silent you are in the natural, the louder your voice becomes in the spirit. Let your quiet become a weapon. Let your silence sharpen the swords of angels. Your response is not required. Your presence is. Your prayer is, your posture is, because while they prepare rulers, heaven is preparing recompense. While they plan chaos, God is mapping your comeback. But you must stay under the covering. Stay in the cave. Stay hidden in plain sight. Withdraw from debates. Withdraw from explanations. Withdraw from trying to correct people who already made up their minds. There is no need to fight for what God is already defending. The court of heaven is open, and your case has been filed. You are not on trial, they are. And the judge has already seen the truth. Instead of speaking, pray. Instead of defending, decree. Instead of reacting, rest. Heaven hears your silence like thunder. Your whisper is a roar in the spirit realm. Your restraint is a sign of royalty. Only those who know they are protected can afford to be quiet in the storm. The blood of Jesus has already made a boundary around you. Angels have already circled your dwelling. This silence is not empty. It is loaded. Loaded with divine intelligence. Loaded with angelic activity. Loaded with protection you can't see but will soon feel. Michael declares, you are not alone. Heaven is moving on your behalf. Watch for signs. Listen for the wind. Trust the hush. The greatest moves of God often arrive in whispers, not waves. And this is one of those moments. Your stillness is your sword. Your silence is your shield. Be still, warrior. Be quiet, priest. Be watchful, vessel. Declare this now. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. No word formed against me shall prevail. No lie spoken about me shall stand. This is not a hope. It is a decree. And all of heaven echoes your voice when spoken in alignment with truth. Your only assignment is to remain in spiritual positioning. Let them think you are confused. Let them assume you are weak. Let them laugh at your lack of response. Because what they cannot see is the army moving behind your silence. The hand of God that is already shifting outcomes in your favor. Rest in this divine strategy. You are being held. You are being hidden. You are being honored. Type I am covered in the comments if you receive this instruction. Blessing code 3333 now surrounds your home and your name. You are not who they remember. You are not who they misjudged. You are not even who you were yesterday. Heaven has begun the transformation, and silence was the soil where your strength was reborn. While they gossiped, you grew. While they plotted, you prayed. While they schemed, you surrendered. And now you rise, crowned in quiet glory. Archangel Michael speaks over you now. You have wings they never saw coming. You have fire they never felt before. You have wisdom forged in the wilderness of restraint. You are no longer the version of yourself that needed validation. You no longer carry the desperation to be understood. What you now carries weight. A kind of weight that shifts atmospheres. The kind of presence that makes demons reconsider. You are anointed and armored. The silence they interpreted as retreat was actually rebirth. Your pain has been purified. Your grief has been refined. You have come through not just tested but trusted. Trusted with power. Trusted with prophecy. Trusted with destiny. The tears you cried in silence watered the soil of future fruit. And now, even your silence carries authority. This is not punishment. This is preparation. Preparation for a higher place. A more sacred seat. A more public platform. But first comes the quiet anointing. The kind where heaven lays hands on you in solitude. The kind where no crowd cheers, but the heavens rejoice. You are becoming someone new. Someone dangerous to darkness. Someone that heaven calls beloved, hell calls problematic. You are the contradiction they can't figure out. Humble yet unshakable, quiet yet powerful, still yet victorious. You walk in a whisper, but carry the echo of warfare. And here's the truth Michael releases now. The same mouths that lied about you will witness your rise. The same eyes that rolled in doubt will widen in awe. The same hands that pushed you down will be forced to applaud when heaven raises you up. But you will not rise in noise. You will rise in nobility. This elevation will not be by force. It will be by favor. Not by clamor, but by calling. Not by public validation, but by divine visitation. Let them remember an old version of you. Heaven is writing a new one. One who walks in holy fire. One who listens more than speaks. One who moves with strategy, not emotion. You are not here to react. You are here to reign. You are a spiritual authority in disguise. So speak only when instructed. Move only when directed. And rise only when heaven says rise. Because your time is not delayed. It is divinely synchronized. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $50. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I am rising in the comments if you feel this truth stirring in your soul. Blessing code 7777 is now igniting purpose in your spirit. The crumbling of their lies is not your undoing. It is your unlocking. What looked like sabotage was actually setup. What looked like rejection was actually redirection. And now the whisper has become a roar in the spirit realm. Archangel Michael speaks again. This is not the enemy's plot. This is heaven's plan. You must understand, chosen one. Their deception did not derail your destiny. It activated it. Your betrayal did not steal your calling. It accelerated it. Every false word spoken about you, every misrepresented truth, every manipulated perception was recorded, reviewed, and now reversed. This is a holy shift. The walls are caving in, but not on you. On the structures that stood against you. The alliances built on dishonor are crumbling in silence. Not by force, but by the hand of God. And you are not just a witness to this unraveling. You are the reason for it. Your obedience triggered heaven's intervention. Your silence gave room for divine justice to enter. Let this ring in your spirit. What they meant for evil, God has rerouted for elevation. You are not descending. You are ascending. You are not stuck. You are staged. And soon, the very places where your name was tarnished will become the places where your honor is restored. This season is your spiritual upgrade. Promotions are being whispered in rooms you've never entered. Favor is being assigned to your future like a seal in the spirit. Doors are swinging open not because you knocked, but because heaven opened them on your behalf. Divine realignment is happening now. And what you don't see, what you don't yet perceive, is that the delay was actually divine surgery. Heaven was performing an extraction, pulling away the false, exposing the impure, preserving the pure. You are being ushered into a clear circle, a higher council, a safer space, and that is why silence was required. You couldn't build your future while still entertaining yesterday's voices. Archangel Michael reveals, your name is being spoken in places your feet haven't touched yet. And it's not just people, it's spirits. Your name is causing movement in dimensions you've never walked in. Favor knows your name. Justice knows your name. Healing knows your name. It's coming for you now. But remember this. Your silence was not surrender. It was strategy. The royalty in you does not clamor. It does not explain. It does not compete. Royalty moves when the throne speaks, and the throne has spoken on your behalf. Heaven has endorsed you. There is nothing more to prove. You are in the unfolding, the great revealing, the spiritual tectonic shift that turns hidden warriors into public witnesses. This is not your moment to shout. It's your moment to shine. In stillness, in sacred authority, in prophetic peace. Type I receive the revelation in the comments if you know this word is yours. Blessing code 1212 is now releasing divine upgrades in your atmosphere. It's time now. The stirring you felt. It's not random. A prayer. It's not punishment. A stillness. It's not stagnation. It was a cocoon before the cracking. And now, Archangel Michael declares, heaven awaits your yes, not your defense. You don't need to prove who you are. You need to become who you are. You don't need to defend your purpose. You need to step into your purpose. And your purpose doesn't speak loudly. It moves boldly. It walks silently. It obeys immediately. The time for delay is over. The time for overthinking is over. This is not a season for explanation. This is a season for activation. You've waited long enough. You've cried long enough. You've questioned long enough. And heaven is saying, now move. Move in prayer. Move in worship. Move in obedience. Go on the walk. Open the journal. Write the vision. Fast with intention. Pull back with discipline. Let your movement be quiet but holy. Let your actions preach what your mouth has remained silent about. Declare this now. I will rise in silence, not to be seen, but to fulfill destiny. Not for applause, but for alignment. Your calling isn't about validation. It's about divine deployment. You are the echo of God's strategy in this hour. You are the answer clothed in mystery. And now you must rise. Not all will understand. That's the cost of calling. Not all will approve. That's the price of purpose. But this is not about being liked. This is about being launched. Archangel Michael urges you, move like heaven trusts you. Because it does. Do the thing you've been afraid to do. Make the change you've been postponing. Leave the space you've outgrown. The longer you wait, the longer the delay in divine appointments. Destiny is time-sensitive, and this word is your confirmation. The window is open. Move, but move quietly, strategically, prophetically, like a lion in tall grass, like a priest walking into holy ground, like a warrior receiving scrolls of instruction. You carry something sacred. Don't squander it in noise. Rise in silence. Let heaven speak for you. And when you do, the shift will echo. Things will move. Relationships will evolve. Doors will open. Resistance will vanish. Because when you obey heaven in silence, earth must respond in favor. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type I will rise in silence in the comments to activate your divine timeline. Blessing code 3030 is now aligning your steps. While you rest, heaven moves. While you watch, scrolls are being shifted. While you remain silent, a transaction is occurring in the spirit realm so powerful, so final, so sacred, that your name is being written on decrees you haven't yet prayed for. Archangel Michael now unveils what lies behind the curtain. There is a courtroom in the heavens, and right now, your case is being judged. You don't see the gavel, but it's fallen. You don't see the witnesses, but they are assembled. Angels stand as recorders. Principalities sit as observers. And the judge, the Ancient of Days, has read the file. He has seen every word spoken against you, every manipulation, every twisted truth, every alliance built in shadows. Love has escaped his gaze. And now, while you do nothing, heaven is doing everything. The silent exchange is underway. Restoration is being summoned. Honor is being reinstated. Position is being reordered. You have done your part. You stayed silent, stayed humble, stayed hidden. And now, the courtroom has shifted in your favor. Michael speaks. The scrolls are shifting. The record is being rewritten. Everything the enemy tried to smear is being wiped clean. Every attempt to delay your destiny is being overturned. You are not who they said you were. And heaven is making it clear, not just in private, but soon, in public. In the spirit realm, exchanges are not loud. They are legal. Heaven works by covenant, not by chaos. And your obedience in this season has served as your signature on the divine decree. You have been counted worthy. You have been weighed and found faithful. Your silence signed the scroll. And now the exchange has begun. Your inheritance is being retrieved. Your identity is being restored. What was lost is not lost. It is repositioned. Archangel Michael whispers with power. It's not gone. It's being gathered in unseen places, protected in sacred rooms, held until the time of release. Do not be distracted by what seems quiet. In the quiet, things are shifting violently in your favor. While you sleep, the angels war. While you pray, heaven records. While you fast, documents are sealed. And while you stay quiet, your reward multiplies. This season is not about performance. It's about positioning. You are being moved like a chess piece. Strategic, silent, sovereign. And the pieces that once worked against you will now clear the path before you. Because heaven repositions what hell tried to remove. Let this truth settle deep in your soul. Your spirit felt it before your eyes saw it. Unease. It's stirring. A dream. It restlessness. It was not anxiety. It was insight. It was divine intelligence trying to inform your body of what your spirit already knew. Heaven was in motion. And now it's here. The silent exchange is nearly complete. The heavenly courtroom is closing. The sentence is sealed. And the reward is release. Type I receive the exchange in the comments if you know heaven has ruled in your favor. Lesson code 4747 is now unlocking divine legal victories for you. The scales of justice have tilted. Heaven has ruled. The courtroom has emptied. And now the gavel of God's justice echoes across realms. Every lie they told, every scheme they plotted, every door they tried to shut, the reversal has begun. Archangel Michael stands now not just as a messenger, but as a witness to the great turnaround. Everything they did, he says, will echo back to them. Not in vengeance, but in balance. Not in retaliation, but in restoration. Because God's justice is not emotional, it is eternal. He does not repay to appease. He restores to realign. Every act of dishonor will now be repurposed into double honor for you. Every rumor will be recycled into reputation. Every exclusion will become elevation. And the more they tried to bury you, the deeper your roots grew. Heaven's justice is poetic, exact, unmatched. It moves slowly to man, but precisely to eternity. And now, in this divine moment, the tables are turning. You will see it, not because you asked, but because God promised. You will be vindicated, not because you fought, but because you kept quiet. You will be vindicated without speaking. That is heaven's decree. No rebuttal. No interview. No confrontation. Just reversal. Just restoration. Just visible, undeniable favor. And hear this. Favor doesn't argue, it arrives. And when it shows up, it doesn't ask permission. It shifts atmospheres. It silences critics. It makes people apologize to you without words. They will have to watch. They will have to acknowledge. Because what God is doing next they cannot deny. Michael reveals, their lies were loud. Your silence was louder. They screamed from insecurity. You stood in identity. They twisted facts. You trusted timing. And now, the timeline has matured. The reversal is right. Heaven has spoken. The earth must now respond. This is your confirmation. You are stepping into a season where your name will open doors they tried to close, where your story will bring healing to those who once caused harm, where the very rooms they tried to keep you out of will now invite you with honor, and you will not have to say a word. Let your posture speak. Let your peace preach. Let your favor do the talking. You owe no one an explanation, only heaven your allegiance. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with contributions of up to $20. Your kindness helps us bring more powerful content your way. Also, if you'd like to support what we do, you can make a difference by donating through the support here link in the description of this video. Every contribution helps us keep creating and sharing more with you. Type Divine Justice is mine in the comments to align with this reversal. Blessing code 8888 is now flowing through every area of your life. Stay quiet. The lies are collapsing. You are protected. This is the word sealed in the midnight whisper of Archangel Michael. This is the divine decree released at 3:33 a.m., a moment marked in heaven's time, a signal of heaven's movement. It was not merely a warning. It was a charge, a call to stillness, a call to alignment, a call to those who are not moved by noise, but are tuned to the sound of truth unraveling. You are not forgotten. You are not unseen. You are not at risk, you are at rest. Because in the collapse of every untruth, in the unraveling of every false perception, you are rising in revelation. The silence you kept was not weakness, it was warfare. The stillness you maintained was not passivity, it was prophetic. Now heaven speaks over you. You are sealed. You are seen. You are sent. You walk now under a divine canopy. You carry within you a wordless authority, a presence that makes spirits tremble and angels move. What you carry is not ordinary, it is eternal. Archangel Michael closes this divine dispatch with a sacred commission. Watch what happens, then rise. The unfolding will be swift. The reversal will be public. The restoration will be personal. But your posture must remain rooted in peace. Do not react. Do not rush. Watch and rise. Heaven's hand is on you. God's justice is before you. The angels of the Lord encamp around you. And now take a breath. Exhale the fear. Inhale the peace. This is your hour of holy reversal. The lies are falling, and the truth is rising, quietly but undeniably. Let this final prayer cover you now. Father of all truth, seal this word upon every listening heart. Cover them with peace that passes understanding. Guard their mind from distraction and their spirit from retaliation. Strengthen their resolve to remain still, and raise them, in your perfect timing, into the fullness of all you have ordained. In Jesus' name, amen. Type I am sealed, seen, and send in the comments to close this spiritual transaction. Blessing code 9999 is now complete and released over your life.